I'll try to keep my slides fairly brief for a couple of reasons. One, I think, is because I'm actually more interested in the Q&A, and the discussion this morning was great. I'd love to have more of that this afternoon with the chairperson's approval. But I think also because some of the points that I was hoping to make in my presentation have just organically come up anyway in this morning's discussion. I do just want to make one point before we move sort of on, which is, it's something that Sean pointed out as well. You know, it's a shame in a way that, you know, we're up here on stage and you guys are in the audience because, I mean particularly sort of talking to entrepreneurs in the audience, because this is not an adversarial relationship when it works. Yes, there are bits of it which are about negotiating, but marriage is about negotiation as well in that sense. You know, it works well when you're kind of on the same side. Our interests are very, very aligned, and the kinds of deal structures and the kinds of deal terms that VCs seek are designed to maximize that alignment. They're designed to make it as attractive to you as it is to us for everyone to succeed who we invest in. So I want to make one other point as well, which was this expression that came up, it's a glass wall. We can't get by. It feels like we're on the other side of the line. Guys, look, if you think that getting in touch with a VC is hard, right? You know, try building a global business. This is one of 20 brick walls that you're going to have to push through. And I'm not saying it's easy, but it's got a lot easier. There's so much good information out there on blogs. There's so much good information out there on Wikipedia, on the internet. If you haven't heard of Paul Graham, Google him. Fantastic series of articles for software entrepreneurs. So Index pan-European venture firm, 1.3 billion under management. It sounds like a big number. Our current fund is smaller. It's a 350 million euro fund. What that means is we're looking to make about 30 investments from that fund, around 10 million typically per deal. So what that means is not that every round we do has to have that much money involved, but the kinds of companies we get excited about and the kinds of businesses we want to back are ones where we can make that much money usefully go to work. And in terms of our focus and sectors, this is loading very slowly, our focus on our sectors, you'll see a kind of a spread of things. As I say, some life sciences deals, a lot of consumer internet, a lot of retail, web 2.0 deals as well, NetVibes, Last.fm, obviously Skype, small company you may not have heard of. We're moving east. That's an explicit focus for our latest fund. We've just closed our latest fund. We want to do deals in Poland. We want to do deals in this region. So, you know, it's your business, it's your next business, we want to talk. This is exactly why we're here, and I'm just to take the opportunity to thank Eva and thank Anna for hosting us here. It's a real pleasure to be able to present. So, you want to raise money from an international VC fund. Right. Well, firstly, do you want to raise money from an international VC fund? Because it's not always the right route for all startups. Now, you've heard this said already. When isn't it the right route specifically? First reason. There are many others. First reason. Is it really a product that you're selling? Or is it just a great feature? There's nothing wrong with great features. There are lots of other products out there which lack great features, and maybe you can do a little bit of tinkering, maybe you can improve an existing product, and maybe you can even persuade someone to buy that product. But that's not the kind of deals that we want to be in. The kind of deals that venture capitalists get excited about have products that are insanely ambitious and insanely complete, which offer people a new way of doing something. You want to run a lifestyle business? That's fine. But we don't. We want to back businesses with driven entrepreneurs who want to change the world. Market size is too small. You know, it's almost become a cliche. Go think global, think bigger. You know, the issue here isn't that Poland's not a great, attractive domestic market. It's a huge country, and it's a rapidly growing country, and it's a fantastic sort of macroeconomic picture here. The problem is that, you know, the kinds of deals we're talking about, the kinds of exits that we get excited about, hundreds of millions of dollar exits. So can that be achieved in Europe, in Poland? Yeah, of course it can. But we think that the real opportunities for that are across Europe and thinking much broader than thinking internationally. So look at your business and ask yourself, could this product or this service or some version of it roll out? Could I hit not just Poland and the Czech Republic, could I also get this to France, to Germany, to the UK? And how about the US? And if the answer is, well, yes, but there's already the other companies doing it, then challenge yourself. Is this really the route you want to take? Do you really want to raise VC? Because, you know, what happens if you succeed? Firstly, you're going to spend a lot of time trying. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of conversations. It's a frustrating process, and it may not succeed. Secondly, if you do succeed, you're locked in. The kind of deal you're going to strike is going to mean that you're going to want to be, that you're going to be spending at least 3 years, probably more, working extremely hard, driving your product forward, and you're going to take out a lot of opportunity you currently have, which is to step back, to slow down. None of that's an option anymore. When you take venture money, it's like putting rocket fuel in, right? You've got to be aiming in the right direction. You've got to be willing to go fast and and you've got to have a product you really believe in. But if you do, if it is a unique product, if it's a better solution, if it's something the world doesn't have and hasn't seen, if it's defensible, if you and your team are the right people for this business, you have the right combination of skills and experience, and that doesn't mean you've done this for 20 years. It can, we've backed companies with entrepreneurs in their early 20s because they were the right guys. They were scrappy, they were determined, they figured something out, they were there in the trenches, and frankly, they were better at doing what they were doing than someone who had 30 years of experience in industry. That can be the right skills and the right experience. But the key thing is, really passionate about what you're doing. And again, I say this, I can't say this too many times. A huge market opportunity. It's got to be there, and it's got to be able to scale, and you've got to have in your mind really, really big numbers and be seriously ambitious about them. If all those things are true, then maybe it's appropriate to seek VC. Now, why, again, I'm going to drive this point home, why global? Well, look, it's hard, we know that. It's hard for cultural reasons, it's hard for regulatory reasons, it's hard because markets are at different stages of development, it's hard because some markets don't have credit card penetration, and some do, some have different incumbents, they're different legals. We know this stuff. Of course it's difficult. It's also hard because you don't know who to work with in other countries. But it's a question of ambition. So this has come up already, right? Poland has a fantastic, large population, it has an attractive domestic economy. Why would you look overseas? This is why. Because if you look overseas, and if your product scales, and if your business can transition, you can not only increase your potential return by an order of 10-fold or 100-fold, you're talking about serious global success. And if you look at this chart and you say, you know what, well, yeah, but Poland's pretty attractive, I say, great, good luck, and we really hope that you guys succeed. If you look at this chart and say, I know where I want to be on this chart, I want to be down the bottom right-hand corner, let's talk, because that's where we want to invest. Big markets mean you're not competing against small, underfunded local competitors. You're competing against serious competition. The Googles, the Yahoos, the Microsofts, the Ciscos. How are you guys going to beat these guys on the software side? And obviously a different set of examples in other sectors. How are you guys going to attack them? Well, the answer is you're going to have an unfair advantage. Not only in the team you've assembled, in the product you're developing, in the insights you have about your market, but also in your ability to move extremely quickly, be more agile than them, respond more quickly to changing market conditions. How are you going to achieve that? You need money. And that, if your ambition is there, and if your insight is there, and if the product's there, is where venture capitalists can help. And it's not about giving up control of your company. It's not about someone else, kind of taking a piece of it. It's about taking someone on board, just like you've taken a business partner, to achieve things that it's hard to achieve without that business partner. This isn't about index. This is a very, very general list of what a good venture capitalist can contribute. Yes, it's strategic thinking, it's profile, it's helping you raise your visibility, it's helping you access the right PR firms, the right marketing guys to help you raise your visibility. It's helping you with hiring, especially with senior business hires. I mean, maybe it's a team structured around a great technology, but you guys don't have reach into some of the business networks you want. Maybe the opposite is true. Maybe you need to hire that fantastic CEO who's just left Intel. You've got to get that guy in. Again, our network extends out there. We can help you do that. Partnerships, internationalization I've mentioned, and obviously, if things start to go well, when things start to go well, helping with the exit, helping with the sale, whether it's a trade sale or whether it's an IPO. We've been there, we've helped companies do it before, and we understand the process.